Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Julian Grace. 100 acres of land is burning in Harnett County this evening. The fire that started yesterday is now about 95% contained. While there are several large wildfires burning across Carolina, this one is near the Polk County line, southeast of Cameron. That's where WRAL's Heidi Kirk joins us live now. And Heidi, you were able to go out with some crews today. What are they saying about this fire?
Well, Julian, officials here in Harnett County are working to contain the final 5% of this fire. Now, take a look this way. You're going to see how they're doing that. Now, this is called a backburn. This is a controlled fire that was actually set by officials here that will help to contain that original wildfire. Now, we've been here about an hour watching the flames start to go down, and they say this is one of the final steps they're going to be taking to contain this fire here. Now, go ahead and take a look at the video on your screen. We just shot this video within the last 2 hours. We met several people that watched this fire late in the day yesterday creep toward their homes as fire officials work to contain it and fight those flames. Many of them telling us it's the first time they've seen anything like this. Fire creeping toward their homes. Take a listen to what one person had to say about what he experienced.
So I looked over and just seen a bunch of black smoke. And I seen it coming over that way and the wind was pushing. I was like, if that winds up keeping on going into that field, which is where all the tall grass was, I was like, that's gonna catch up, and sure enough, it did.
Now, fire officials here in Harnett County are urging one of two things. They're saying to make sure that when the conditions are right for a wildfire, that you don't burn anything yourself. Now, of course, they are still investigating the cause of this specific fire. We're going to continue looking into that and asking questions in the days to come. Heidi Kirk, WRAL News, live in Harnett County.
Not far from where Heidi is tonight, but across the border into Polk County, a large fire was burning off Firefox Road. The fire destroyed several vehicles, a camper, a tractor, and part of an outbuilding, but fortunately, no one was hurt. Firefighters were using foam to smother the flames, and that's the white substance you see right there covering the burn areas. You see that? Now, crews at the scene requested additional fire units, including a plow from the Forestry Service and a tanker task force truck. Now, Firefox Road was closed to travel in both directions earlier today. A 400-acre fire continues to burn in western North Carolina. Now, this right here is on the South Carolina state line. Voluntary evacuations are underway in Polk County as crews work to contain the fire. Now, the fire department and rescue team there said the fire was started by a downed power line along Highway 176 near Tryon.
It made the sky such an odd color. I was going for a walk and it turned this odd yellow color, yellow and red.
I mean, it's bad enough from Helene, but now we've got this, and the forest, it's going to be really bad.
Several fire departments are assisting with the firefight, including the North Carolina Forest Service. Firefighters are conducting airdrops and back-burning operations as well. Work is underway to protect threatened structures. There is a shelter for evacuees at the Polk County Senior Center in Columbus. The fires aren't just the trouble that's going on in North Carolina this weekend. First responders across South Carolina have descended on Horry County to help battle a massive wildfire. Residents from several neighborhoods were forced to flee their homes earlier before being allowed to return home this afternoon. We spoke with the former WRAL News employee and current WMBF reporter Stephen Schlink today. He's been covering the fire all weekend, and he says firefighters were moving fast to save lives.
All of a sudden, all these first responders really crowded into that area, started going door to door and pulling people out of their homes, people's pets out of their homes, making sure to get them to safety. We knew that this was a possibility, as y'all are dealing with as well. Just the conditions are there for it. We just never expected to see something this big.
Had to be very frightening moments. An Horry County spokesperson says there have been no reports of homes or other structures being lost in the wildfire. Damage assessments are expected to begin tomorrow.
And here in the WRAL Live Center, let's talk fire containment statewide. I do want to hop back to Harnett County. We'll zoom in on that here. As you take a look at this, again, that is a 100-acre fire. This indicates only 90% contained, but as Heidi mentioned, it's at about 95. Now let's go further east over in Johnston County. We're seeing fewer surrounding fires than we did 24 hours ago, but 2 acres burned there, 100% containment, but it is still marked as active. Now give me a second here. We're going to move further west over in Polk County. Of course, this probably being the most significant fire in the state. That is 400 plus acres, 0% containment. That acreage has increased over the past 24 hours, but that containment is still staying the same.